Bakit ba kasi kailangan pa natin mag-shoot para sa PE?
Antusan na lang, Rain. Malapit naman matapos ang school year.
Correct. Ano, tara na?
O, tara na!
Sandali lang. Apply na to sunscreen. Dali lang.
Sus, arte lang yan.
Nakakalang, kita mo naman sobra kainit oh. This is just a protection ba?
Mao ba? Protection sa ano?
Sa UV radiations. O ito, apply ka rin.
Okay, pero hindi ko pa rin alam kung bakit kailangan natin to.
Sige lang, explain ko lang sa'yo later habang nag-jog tayo. Tara?
Ganito kasi yan. We all know that the sun makes all the life on Earth possible. However, too much exposure to its UV radiation damages plant and animal DNA, together with their immune system. Thankfully, about 98% of that radiation is gina-absorb ng kilalang-kilala nating ozone layer, or the 3-atom oxygen molecules dispersed in the stratosphere, the second layer of the atmosphere. Nag-broke apart and reform sila, in the process maintaining a delicate equilibrium.
Ayun naman pala, may protection na tayo sa UV radiation. Bakit kailangan pa natin mag-sunscreen?
Hindi ganun kasimple yun, Day. Meron kasi tayo tinatawag na stratospheric ozone depletion.
Ano na naman yan?
Tara, explain ko sa'yo yung babang gajag ta. Dali na.
Sige.
In the early 1970s, may dalawang chemist, sina Mario Molina and Sherwood Rowland. They demonstrated that the widely used chemicals called chlorofluorocarbons, or CFCs, could disrupt the balance sa ozone layer. CFCs ang tawag sa gas na tinagamit as coolants sa mga refrigerators at aircons dati. Unlike existing alternatives such as ammonia or methyl chloride, CFCs were not flammable and non-toxic. Because of this, naging multi-billion-dollar industry ito. However, in the lower atmosphere, CFCs don't break or react with other molecules. Pero pagdating sa stratosphere, they are broken apart by UV light releasing chlorine atoms in the atmosphere. Nag-react ito with ozone, destroying it faster than it can replenish. A single chlorine atom can destroy thousands of ozone molecules, resulting in a hole in the ozone layer. This phenomenon is called stratospheric ozone depletion, o ang pagkabutas ng ozone layer. If ozone depletion continues, tataas ang rates ng skin cancer at maaapektuhan din ang photosynthesis, making plants less productive and more susceptible to disease. Dahil dito, the entire ecosystem could collapse. Dahil dito, nagkaroon ng laban para i-ban ang CFCs. Ito ay sinuportahan ni US President Ronald Reagan and UK Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher. So, in 1987, pinirmahan ang Montreal Protocol kung saan ipinagbabawal ang paggamit ng CFCs. Matapos ito, nagkaroon ng pagbaba sa CFC content sa atmosphere na nagbunga ng pagkipot ng butas sa ozone layer. Tinatayang tuluyang magsasara ang butas sa taong 2070. Pero hindi pa rito nagtatapos ang laban. As you can see, ang CFC ay isang uri lamang ng ODS o ozone depletion substance. Meaning, hindi lang ito nag-iisa sa pagbutas ng ating ozone layer. Dagdag pa rito na ang ipinalit na hydrofluorocarbons or HFCs are also detrimental to the atmosphere. It is a greenhouse gas that traps more heat than carbon dioxide. To address this, in 2016, the Kigali Amendment was added to the Montreal Protocol calling for an 85% cut on global HFC production. This would avoid 0.5 degrees Celsius of global warming by the end of the century. Isa itong malaking hakbang sa paglaban natin sa climate change.
Oh, gets mo na?
Mau ba? So, paano man natin yan ma-solusyon ang problema sa ozone layer?
Well, wala tayong magagawa sa mga CFC at HFC na nasa atmosphere. Pero what we can do as normal citizens is to spread awareness regarding this matter. And kung may mga ref or aircon kayo sa bahay nyo na more than 20 years old na, palitan nyo na yan.
No? Mo, Rain, so, ano, another round, like at CSN?
Oo tara. Tara na. Ikaw, Sorry na.